The longtime rumors that Fountain Valley High School is haunted stem from the fact the school was built on land where a slaughterhouse once stood. That slaughterhouse, the Talbert Meat Company, was established in 1907 by a French immigrant named Auguste Martel. About the same time he started his meat company, Martel planted a sycamore tree on the property. That iconic sycamore tree still stands today and is familiar to the thousands of students and staff who have passed by it or have been photographed in front of it for the past 5 decades. But now, 125 years later, the tree has to be removed. Let's hear from Principal Paul Lopez on why the tree has to be cut down and from a few teachers on how they feel about its removal.
So the reason the tree is being removed here at Fountain Valley High School, and it is an iconic tree, I believe it's called the slaughterhouse tree. I'm not really sure because I'm new here, but it is sick, it is dying. Because of all the different ways it's been cut over the years, it's now time that we have to remove the tree.
I think it's pretty sad that we have to remove the tree. I'm a very sentimental person and I hate to see things kind of go away. And obviously the tree has been here a long time, kind of as a staple landmark of Fountain Valley's campus for thousands of students. So it's sad to see that shift happen.
It's sad that the tree is going to be removed, but I understand why the tree needs to be removed. Student safety and school safety is really important to everybody, and so sometimes things have to change.
You know, I think the removal of the tree is kind of connected to our history, connected to our tradition of our school. Obviously, it's sick and it needs to come down, and you know, we need to protect the building and safety of our students, so I understand that. But, you know, there's part of me that's kind of sad because as I enter every day, I see the tree every single day. It's kind of a reminder of my history as a teacher, as a student, but also that it represents the start of our school and the beginning of our school and where we are today.
It's really sad that we have to remove this dear old tree. Although I understand that safety has to come first, the tree is nostalgic. It's been here a really long time.
While the tree will be gone soon, it won't soon be forgotten.
So for the 18 years that I've been here at Fountain Valley as Director of Vocal Music, I have always chosen to take our formal group photos, which you can see here behind me. They're in front of the tree because I love the fall or autumn time of year. I love to see the colorful leaves changing and such, and typically when we take our photos in October, beginning of November, there's all these big beautiful leaves on the ground and stuff, lots of different colors, and it's just kind of a nice natural outdoor backdrop to our photos. I love the outdoors, so I'd rather do that than just have concrete in the picture.
Every single year before COVID, I would have my students, we would do a tour of the entire school. We would all stand around the tree, we would all touch the tree. It was like this thing, you know, it became like a little metaphor of the moment.
I think what I associate with the tree is more just the tradition of what it represents. I know that a lot of our groups, you know, meet out here sometimes. They sit out here, students hang out here. Groups have taken photos out here. And for me, it's kind of the beginning of Fountain Valley, of when this community began and when our school began. And like I mentioned, I was a student here, so it was a tree that I walked by every day to come to school. So I think that's just what I think about and remember about it.
One of the things I think of when I think of this tree is how I heard a bit of history when the land was home to a slaughterhouse. It's legend that perhaps some of the poor slaughtered animals hung from its branches, which is kind of spooky. I don't know if that's true or not. Urban myth, maybe. But some happier memories are that lots of groups at our school have had their photographs taken in front of the tree. It's a really nice backdrop for a setting.
As far as the tree being removed, it's a bummer. It's been here for a long time. And so as far as, I think a lot of people will miss the tree. And, you know, I feel the same way. I've gotten used to this tree over the last couple of years and the way that everybody talks about it. So we will definitely miss the tree, and it's something that we need to celebrate. I've reached out to staff and talking about how can we commemorate the tree. And I've had several great ideas about how we could commemorate this tree here at Fountain Valley High School.
I had recommended maybe making wooden coasters with kind of a cool Fountain Valley blue and gold epoxy and stuff, doing something kind of fun with the design. Maybe even making a beautiful photo frame out of the wood, the good part of the wood from the tree, and putting a picture of the tree there. So it's just important to recognize and document history and significant things as a part of your past.
Maybe have a plaque or award for somebody who's really involved with beautifying the school for the year. They do something around the campus to make it better, just like the tree made it better.
I would love us having some kind of plaque in the front office made out of the trunk or the branches of the tree. I've thought about that. It would be really cool if we had awards made out, and we have end of the school awards. Maybe there's some kind of special awards this year that are associated with being used from the trees, branches, and trunks, and given to our students of this year. Our students have gone through so much in the last few years, and having something special for them to remember Fountain Valley High School, I think that would be really, really cool.
I hope that we take a slice of the trunk or a branch and make a plaque just for this dear old tree to hang in the front office.
As far as replacing the tree, don't have a plan right now. I haven't even thought that far, and I think that's something as we should talk about as a staff and as a school. What do we want to put in our tree's absence? What new tree do we want to put there, or is there something else that we want to put there for the school? That will also be iconic over the period of years that it stays here at Fountain Valley. I would imagine it would be a new tree, but I think it's open for conversation.
I would love if we could make some benches out of the tree. That would be amazing. So if we could, cut a chunk of the tree half, maybe put a bench right here with a little plaque on it with a nice little saying or something like that. So as students are waiting for their parents to pick them up, they can still be in the environment of the tree or whatever with the spirit of the tree.
Oh, I would love being put in place of the tree, a new tree. I think, we live in such an urban society where there's, so much being built up that it would be nice to see us continue the growth of a tree and having it, again, maybe represent this senior class, that a new tree, we do some kind of ceremony in that planting of that tree. I love the idea of something that represents California, our community, maybe drought resistance, because obviously that's a big important issue of taking care of our environment. But I would for sure like us to see a new planting of some kind in place of the tree.
Now, as far as a timeline, don't know exactly when that'll be. I think it's totally up to us when we can set that date and have a chance to inform people in our community and our school community so that we can do some kind of event for the tree. We just want to do, as a school, in a community, we want to do right by our tree, because it definitely is our tree. It's a community tree. So we want to make sure that we commemorate it the right way before it gets cut down.
Just as things in life kind of have to come to an end and chapters close, new chapters need to start. And that beautiful old tree has greeted students and staff and people to Fountain Valley's campus since Fountain Valley opened its doors back in the mid-'60s. And as sad as it is to see it go, it'd be wonderful to see a new beautiful tree planted there to grow and greet generations of students and folks coming onto our campus.
If you would like to suggest ways to commemorate or replace this historic tree, please use the form at bit.ly/FVHS tree.